Everyone. Happy birthday to Radical Longevity. Today's its birthday, actually. This is the day we're launching the book. And if you haven't gotten your radicallongevitybook.com, go to radicallongevitybook.com and get 6 free gifts. We're giving away a bath oil. We're giving away a wonderful silver cleansing cloth. We're giving away 3 downloads and a $28 gift certificate to Unikey Health Systems. So this is my 37th book. If you have the book now, would you please let us know in the comments? Give us a thumbs up. Give us a picture of you with the book. Getting older doesn't mean slowing down or living life on the sidelines. Just ask best-selling author and health visionary Louise Gittleman, who reveals her new radical rules for ageless aging and best-kept secrets for extending your youth span. Now, the thing about this book is it's not just for people that want to stop the aging process, because I'm really pro-aging. I believe we should age with grace, vitality, resilience, health, and lots of love. With also a lot of gratitude as well, because this is a privilege getting older. It's a privilege getting older in this day and time. We're living in very interesting times, and we have to change the paradigm of aging and make it into a time where the best of our life is the rest of our life. So today I have gotten some wonderful messages that I'd like to share with you, if I may. My good friend J.J. Virgin, 4-time New York Times bestselling author, just wrote to me and said, "I'm so excited about your new book. I followed your work for decades." Thank you, J.J. Virgin. Fat Flush changed the way I thought about nutrition. You are my mentor and hero. This is the book I've been waiting for from you. Thank you to J.J. Virgin, 4 times New York Times bestselling author. I also heard from Robert F. Kennedy, Jr., president of Children's Health Defense. Louise Gittleman gives us a blueprint for escaping the shackles of the pharmaceutical paradigm and to arm our immune system, because immunity is everything. Read Louise's book and reclaim your body. It is time to fight back. For those of you that want to fight back the aging paradigm, let me see an emoji, let me see a thumbs up. You can see I'm very excited. I also heard from Christiane Northrup, who said most people have been brought to believing that old age and decline are inevitable, and that becomes their experience. But there's another way, a far more pleasurable way to grow older while maintaining strength, vitality, and joy. This is the message of Radical Longevity, a book whose time has truly come. Do you agree that Radical Longevity is a book that's truly come? Because if you want me to write more books, I've got to see some more thumbs up, my dears. This book took 3 years in the making, 3 years in the making, and it was kind of like a labor of love. I rewrote the whole book about 2 years ago, strained my left arm, and so at this point in time, I'm not typing, I'm just dictating. But to tell you the truth, it was the labor of love that I really believe is my destiny to create. And so I want you all to live long, to live healthy, to live with vitality, as I mentioned, to live with a lot of resilience. I want you to overcome everything. I want to teach you how to bounce back from heart issues, from issues of the brain, issues of the skin, the hair, the nails, the bones, and issues of the immunity, because immunity, as you know, is everything. No other letters that I've gotten today include well wishes from my old editor, Nancy Hancock. She says, "I'm so excited about your pub day tomorrow. You deserve tremendous success with this book. My greatest fan, Nancy Hancock." Nancy Hancock was a marketing director of the Atkins company, and she and I have been friends for like 30 years. So what is this book about? This book is about taking back your health, reclaiming your health, living till 120 with good health, with vitality, with vibrance, and with a lot of goodwill. And there's a questionnaire in the front of the book that I want to share with you. The questionnaire is a Radical Longevity questionnaire in the beginning of the book. The immune system. Do you find yourself getting sick more frequently and with longer recovery periods? If the answer is yes, then you need Radical Longevity. For toxins and heavy metals, do you eat off unglazed ceramic dishes? Do you have MS, ALS, Alzheimer's, or Parkinson's? Do you use aluminum pots, pans, or foils for cooking? So if the answer is yes to aluminum, then you've got to read this book and find out how to get rid of aluminum. But I'm going to give you a hint. Drinking a lot of Fiji water, which contains natural silica, is a natural aluminum chelator. The other parts of the questionnaire include toxins, endocrine disrupting chemicals. Do you use pesticides in your lawn and garden? If the answer is yes, you need this book. Do you use synthetic room fresheners and synthetic perfumes rather than essential oils? If you're not using essential oils like lavender, peppermint, and cypress, then you need this book. Toxins, parasites. Have you ever traveled to remote destinations? If the answer is yes, you need this book. And if you have pets and animals of any kind, they need to be dewormed as well as you, so you need this book. Toxins like EMFs. Do you sleep with your cell phone or carry it in your pocket? Do you have yearly CAT scans or x-rays? Do you fly more than 4 times a year? If so, you need this book and the protocols that I talk about. That's where the salt and soda bath and the salt and soda liquids come in handy. Toxins of mold. Do you use a humidifier? Have you ever had a mold issue in your home? Do you shampoo indoor carpets frequently 4 times a year and let them air dry? If the answer is yes, you need this book. Toxins, dental infections. Do you have dental amalgams, silver fillings in your mouth? Do you have gold and silver dental amalgams? Have you had one or more root canals? If you've got root canals, cavitations, and you no longer have your wisdom teeth, then you need this book. So it talks about the 7 rules for radical longevity. It talks about all the tips that you can use for your skin, your hair, your nails, your heart, and your brain. And the most interesting chapter of all for me was the brain. So if those of you that want to reclaim your brain, raise your hand. I had a almost disastrous concussion many years ago and find that I still get triggered with a little PTSD. So rereading my book was really very healing for me. The things that you need to do for your brain besides sleep are getting into some brain training therapy with a system called Serum that I mentioned in the book, using lithium on a daily basis, which is important to protect against Alzheimer and actually reverses any kind of Alzheimer or the buildup of any of those plaques and tangles that are hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease, and also a product called Ultra H3 Plus. So there's an awful lot you can do for your brain. The good news is it's very neuroplastic. You can actually change your brain and make new roots and pathways of nerve transmission, and that's what we do on a daily basis when we pray, when we meditate, and when we dance. So dancing is a very important therapy for the brain. What I learned about the hair is that it's very connected to the thyroid. So in the hair chapter, you learn how to rejuvenate your hair, your skin, your nails, and by feeding the thyroid. And one of the areas that lithium comes into play is if you have hyperthyroid, a little lithium goes a long way in reducing the hyperthyroid. For hypothyroid and problems like Hashimotos, I recommend 2 tablespoons a day of black seed oil, which cheats everything, including death. I'm also a big believer in the right kind of selenium, magnesium, and sodium. So here's to your health. When it comes to your heart, there's nothing better than olive oil, and you're going to learn about that very closely in this book because it's very high in polyphenols, which will heal all the valves of the heart, which will heal the arteries, which will even heal your microbiome because it feeds the skinny microbiome. So the polyphenols will also aid in reducing pain, reducing stress. So just by eating a heart-healthy diet, you can reduce areas of stress that affect the nervous system. The other areas of this book will really help to rejuvenate are the bones. So doing daily exercise is very important, and eating 4 prunes a day keeps osteoporosis away. 4 prunes a day. And why are prunes so important? Because they're very high in boron, the most important mineral that most of you are not getting enough of. Boron is an estrogen-producing mineral, very good for the bones. The other things that are good for the bones include silica, which also will get rid of Alzheimer's in the right method of inclusion in the diet, which is in the liquid Fiji water, as well as manganese, very good for the discs, as well as more magnesium, and some D3. So that's very important for the bones. The other areas that I talk about are food and diet, and we talk about the kind of diet that you need to rejuvenate your liver, which is the most important organ for regeneration and metabolism of waste. So some of the recipes that I include in the book are included in a section called recipes. The most important one that I think you're going to love is the blueberry crumble. And the blueberry crumble does not use any kind of rice flour, no coconut flour. Oh, there's a special call. Hold on. Hold the presses. 1 second. I think this is a special call. Oh my gosh. Hello, hello.
Hi, Ann Louise. Congratulations on the new book.
Oh my
It's a great
God.
one.
Oh my God. It's America's Cardiologist. Dr. Stephen Sinatra. How are you, my dear friend?
I'm doing well, and I love your book. I mean, great points. I love what you said about antioxidants, resveratrol, curcumin. Oh my God, you talked about telomeres, you talked about anti-aging, you did a great job. I loved it.
So why do you think people need to buy this book, Dr. Stephen Sinatra, America's Cardiologist?
Well, I'll tell you, if you want to age gracefully and you don't want to age, this is the book for you. I mean, even your information on the telomeres, right on. Good stuff.
Good stuff. And do you like the idea that the longest living people are now the Mediterranean people? People in the Mediterranean region, they even beat the Okinawans?
Oh yeah, and it looks like Spain, Italy, and Portugal have the monopoly right now. They're ahead of the Okinawans. And think of it this way: the average American lives 7 to 8 years less than the average Okinawan, as well as the average of Mediterranean. And I'll tell you, I think the secret sauce of the Mediterranean diet is olive oil. I really think the extra virgin olive oil. You know why? It changes pro-inflammatory genes. One of the things that the Biogenome Project has taught us, Ann Louise, and you're really privy to this information, is that we're all born with inflammatory genetics. But olive oil is one of the secret sources that turn our pro-inflammatory genes back to a non-inflammatory state. So that's why I think a lot of these 100-year-old plussers are living in the Mediterranean basin, because genetically wise, they're getting younger because of the extra virgin olive oil.
Do you know the best extra virgin olive oil, Dr. Sinatra?
It's my own.
No, you read the script. And where do?
I've been searching for the perfect olive oil for years, and that's why I went to California. I mean, I don't want to throw the Europeans under the bus, but when that 60 Minutes, program came out, where a lot of the European olive oils were cut with canola oil, that was kind of scary for me. I'll tell you the truth. That was real scary because, you and I are on the same page. Canola oil is good for machines, but not for humans. That's for sure.
That's for sure. So tell me about your olive oil. I had it. I've got to let everybody know at my 70th birthday party, Dr. Sinatra was there, and he outfitted everybody with his special olive oil. It was absolutely out of this world. Where can people get that olive oil, my dear friend?
Oh, just, go to Vervana, VERVANA.com. And I'll tell you, Ann Louise, I have to send you my new, marinara sauces, and I have an arrabbiata sauce. These are all organic tomatoes coming out of Sicily. I have a red lentil pasta and a chickpea pasta. These are all gluten-free.
Yum.
As well as the tomato sauce. This is awesome stuff. I gotta tell you, one of the biggest, well, it's not a hobby. I'm turning it into a business, but eating healthy in America, and you know about this better than anybody. Who wants GMO foods? Who wants mercury? Who wants heavy metals in their foods? Who wants insecticides and pesticides?
Right.
That's why I'm dealing mostly with Western Europe. And by the way, I found this really dark cocoa chocolate from Africa. Again, not sprayed, all organic, with high cocoa value.
Love it.
And I really like high cocoa value because of its impact on lowering blood pressure and inflammation as well.
And good for the heart. Didn't you say you found a special kind of rice at one point?
Yeah, I did. I found this incredible rice. And, for your listeners, they may not realize this, but, most of the rice, grown in the USA is contaminated with arsenic because arsenic is in the water supplies. And I found this place in Italy. It's in the Central Highlands. It's in the Tuscany region. They only have 6 acres that they grow, the rice for all over the world. And the risotto that I'm getting is cut with artichoke buds.
Wow.
And this better than anybody, but artichoke, because you're a liver savior. Your book saves a lot of people's livers, but artichoke is one of the best things you can take for your liver. It's a great bioflavonoid. So I cut artichoke buds with the organic, risotto. So now when people eat it, they're getting bioflavonoids, as well as the rice as well.
How lovely. And last but not least, are you coming to Coeur d'Alene this summer?
My son wants to go there, Stephen. In fact, he wanted to listen while I was on this call. Drew is interested in Coeur d'Alene, so, it might happen. You never know. I know he's flying back to Vermont. He's going to stay in Vermont for a while. But I'd love it if he would stop over in Coeur d'Alene. I'd love to see you again. I love that lake. I love where you live. It's a great place.
And you've got to come to our house on the river. Be in touch with us, Dr. Stephen Sinatra, American's Cardiologist, and thank you for your lovely endorsement. You're a sweetheart.
Hey, it's a great book. I hope everybody buys it and follows your advice. You know why? he'll live 10 years longer. I mean,
I'll take
that
30
one to the
years.
bank. And just read that book and take in what's in that book. I mean, that book is awesome. I loved it.
That's so sweet. Thank you for calling, Dr.
All right.
Sinatra. Lots
Bye
of love,
now.
and
We'll
love to
see you.
Jan.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wow, that was a lovely surprise call. Kind of a surprise call that we semi-anticipated, but we weren't sure if he was actually going to make that call. As you all know, Dr. Sinatra has been one of my friends and one of my mentors for many, many years. So I'm hoping that you'll take all of his advice and get this book, RadicalLongevityBook.com. It is now the #1 new release in longevity. It's the #1 new release in nutrition, the #1 new release in physiology, and the new release in nutrition, physiology, and longevity. So I'll take those 3, please. Now, my friends, I'm going to say goodbye. I've got to do some more book signing, and I love you all. Thank you so much for being part of this Facebook Live. We'll see you next time with more questions and answers, and may you live till 120 and only the very, very best of health. To your health.